Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Godhood. Sorry about yesterday. I'm recording this when I have not been awake for 20 hours, so hopefully I'll be a little bit livelier here. So, we are coming up on a boss fight, and it's a boss fight I think we're going to do quite well in. I think we are not going to have an issue with this. This ability, I'm not 100% sure if this only refers to their stuff or also my stuff, but they really don't want my overpowers getting more powerful every turn. That's going to turn out poorly for them. Alright, we should, not that button, but this button. Do we want to cap out charisma development, or do we want to buy the Temple of Secrecy more? We're getting pretty close to just not having anything to spend materials on. Actually, you know what? Honestly, we would probably take the Temple of Health over a Temple of Secrecy at this point. And if we did that, what is the ritual change we would do? We would add something to Scream. Or Devotion? We could add Charisma. Okay, let me try that again. We could add Cunning to Punish, or we could add Knowledge to Scream. I think those would both be fine, but kind of unexciting options, as they are both rituals that are only used by one person. And actually, it doesn't make any sense to add Knowledge to Scream. What am I talking about? We already have a thing that does that. So yeah, we would add either Health or Cunning to Punish for Morala to gain stat. Extra health scaling is not a bad idea. We don't have anybody who cares about this a lot, but we do have... If we put health on Punish, then we would have two of our rituals that have some health scaling on them, so increasing health development power for everybody does have some obvious benefit. This is really only relevant to one character. And while in theory this miracle would be relevant, I'm not sure that we can afford to do a lot of non-faith miracles anymore. Like, we are probably going to have to do a second faith thing here, because Zoo is already down to only 49, and that's with 20 faith from victories. So yeah, we're gonna not bother with this. I think we actually build the Temple of Health. I think this is worth having. I also think we're maybe going to cap. Like, we're going to run out of things to spend materials on. So the question is Cunning versus Health. And I think the answer is Health because of the fact that we already have a Lightning Rod. That's not enough to guarantee you go first all the time. But you do tend to intercept. And also just not dying in combat is a good thing. It's in sort of a broad general sense. Do not train disease. You will reject disease. We are anti-disease here. Study it and reject it. Okay, and then going into this boss fight. Oh, I don't have the advanced disciple info turned on. I really wish that this stayed on between sessions. Okay, so going into this boss fight, you just raise the torch and you just raise the torch. So, we could do Human Sacrifice and just have Morali go across from here, and hope not to get hit by stuff. Morali's pretty tough, and then that would guarantee us a big ancestral hit right off the top, and then it kind of doesn't matter what else we do. Yeah, killing you is the only thing that matters. I kind of like that plan. Let's hit Human Sacrifice. Minus one Skelefan. If we fail to get 33,000 by one or two Skelefans, then you can blame that one on me. We are definitely doing the Great Summoning. So... And then is it Zoo who comes with us, or... Morala, and we definitely want a beast for the second one. So it's probably just a beast for the first one too. And that said, it's Sipakli, right? Sipakli is a little bit more dangerous on the whole, I believe. Yeah. So, that being the case, how's Zoo doing on XP? Okay, we're not going to be able to push Zoo up to the cap. That being the case, do we want to go ability points on Sipakli? Let's train up a little bit harder. We have a lot of offerings. I think that's reasonable. Let's get you a tier 2 critical claw over agile claw. I don't think we want cunning scaling, but this ability at least does something interesting when it's used. Or we could put tier 3 critical claw over the tier 2. Obviously, that has some benefits. I think I would rather have more instances of critical claw. Yeah. And then ritual progress and XP and stuff. There's no reason not to do the XP boost, I guess. We'll get through there eventually. And do we want to... We could do a pretty inefficient... This has got a... Well, no, it doesn't have that long of a cooldown. We will be able to use it before the thing. Okay. I kind of want to just make Sipakli's whole bar critical claws. I think that's a reasonable thing to do. So we'll do that. We'll save 200 for that. We're not going to be able to spend our offerings fast enough for us to run out. I'm going to boost Zoo. So you should continue writing about skulls and sacrificing music and just generally being into the occult. Our religion's very hard to understand. I have no idea what's going on in this village. And then I'm going to give you some faith. Do we need more dream points? I mean, that faith blessing has to happen either way. And then the question is, do we need more dream points? Look, you're going to gain a little bit of health. Hooray! We're definitely going to go offensive boost on Marala, offensive boost on Sipakli, and offensive boost on Morali. And the question is, do I think we also need defense? Maybe we don't bring Morali to the second part of the battle? Maybe we do marry Sipakli and Marala? I mean, this guy's gonna wall. He's got 47, so the Beastmasters will each get to go before you once, and then there's a chance that you won't even use your wall. You might do a shield bash instead. Sipakli and Mary aren't that likely to get hit. Although, unfortunately, it is a lot of morale stuff, so all of their evasion isn't necessarily going to be useful. But, like, we definitely don't want to leave Marala at home. We want Marala to open with summoning. So, Marala, Sipakli, and Mary get in here and throw some punches. I think I'm going to dream again. I think we do want a little... We want 4 dream points. Because we're going to use 4 people over the course of the thing. Oli is right on the line. You know what? I'm going to take even another dream point here. Alright. So now the question. Do we ability point plus XP? Do we do a ritual boost? Ritual boost on Marala would get a little bit more health, and Marala's health is probably fine. I think it's ability points on Sipakli. Let's get you that last critical claw. Okay. We're still only 2 ability points off of learning 1 more skill. So if we wanted to do that thing again, we have that option. And then now we may as well just XP boost you, and we'll be able to get you somewhere after the next sacrament. If we involved you in the final round, it would take you to 29, and then we just need 1 lucky blessing. But I think this is hard enough that we wanna go pretty hard. And then we're gonna be... Sipakli doesn't have equipment, right? Oh no, Supakli is carrying one of these, right? Who do we want to put this cage on? Morale and Zoo are both very good at Defiance. Morala and Supakli would be my primary people for it, and they both have lightning rods already. I guess I'm gonna throw it on Mary for right now. It's a thing we can fix later, if this turns out to not be a good play. And then with 5 dream points, we definitely have some interesting options. I think Morala is just going Giantism. And then I'm going to give Supakli Giantism and Morale Armor, I think. Just for a little bit of safety. And then we'll do a Dream of Falling in Love for you. And a Dream of Giantism for you. Alright, I think that's it. I think that's the way we're doing it. So, you go right there, and I know that looks bad, but trust me. And then we have... it doesn't actually matter where we put you two exactly. Do we take double martyrdom? Do I think we're going to kill him so fast that we can afford to take double martyrdom? Because obviously it's a lot of followers, and we need a lot of followers. We got to pull a ton this episode. It's risky, but I'm going to go for it. I don't think we're going to make it. It's my big concern here is that I think we have not pulled enough supporters. But we do have a really strong opening here. Okay, that could have been more. That is more than I was expecting. I was not thinking we were going to break the Torch Handler before we even got to do any attacks. Well, this seems to be unfolding a little slower than you might expect, huh? It's like a really, really long delay between attacks. Okay, so that went 100% as well as it possibly could have. And then we are for sure Supakli across from you, Mary across from you. Hopefully we just get some good dodges. And then Morala for the very, very strong open. And I'm going to go doubles on this again. I think there's a pretty good chance that these two go down without getting a turn. And it'll all happen before the Guardian gets a turn, so hopefully there won't be any interceptions. At 47 health, we might still see interceptions even without the wall boost, just because that's a pretty high chance, but fingers crossed that's enough damage. Welcome the new year. Don't tell me how to welcome the year. I got a year for you. A year of tentacles. Wow, I actually got a break right off the bat. Okay, problem solved. Like I said, I figured we had that under control. Okay. Not too bad. It would have been nice if we had actually broken the third disciple and clawed back a little bit more followers. A few more followers. Is followers a count noun or a non-count noun? Who knows how English works? It's all very confusing. Hey, SB, I thought you said you weren't exhausted anymore. Yeah, it's just, my brain's just like that some of the time. Alright, I mean, this is a good start, but we are really far away from our goal. 33,000 is tough, man. Also, that's a lot of materials. Alright, we got ourselves a Sunstone. We are nearly 10,000 followers away from our goal. We're not going to make it. I did not take enough points of martyrdom throughout the game. Okay, so these are philosophical and social. Wait, so we don't want either of these, right? We want a faith one. Philosophy is incomes, I believe. Yeah, we need an adoration. Okay, so let's take on, what do we adore now? We adore... I wish these ones were a little bit more obviously grayed out. so they don't look like choices, so it's clear that these are the ones you already did. We love to pray before meals. You always gotta pray to the skeleton, because look how hungry he is. He doesn't have a stomach anymore, so he can't eat. So, yeah. Thank the great winged skeleton for your meal, boy. There are people on other islands who have nothing. Alright. Morali knows that the final trial awaits them. For some reason, only Morali knows that. This is gonna be tricky. So we have 2 trials before Morala flips. Okay, so we're playing to 400 on each of these. If we go 2.5 times and we take home, let's say 600, which is pretty reasonable. 2.5 times 600 is like 1,500, and we could do that 6 times, and then this one has even more people available. Okay, it's possible. We have to go really hard on the martyrdom on like all of these. Okay, what's first? First is the nature one, right? So we can get maximum benefit from Morali before she gets too old. This will be 10 morale armor, which is fine. But I definitely want to get Morali out here in her prime. So it's a lot of morale. And we don't actually have that much damage for them. Oof, and you have Swift Judgment, which is awesome. And we don't want to bring Morala. This is a Morala rest. So it's Morali. It's probably Morali and the Beastwalkers. Probably. Minus big cunning for all opponents. Doesn't really matter. This guy's going to get to go first, and there's nothing we can do about that, but we'll go before the other two. This hurts. Swift Judgment's really rough. Well, I think it is the right option, though. I should click the button. Alright. What is this? What's up? Zoo gives the right evil example and gains some stats. Cool. Good work, Zoo. You're a hero. Alright, we got 2,000 materials. Let's just buy a couple of those and then boost some health real fast here. So we could bring Oli. Maybe Sipakli and Oli and Morali. Oli's got 40 health. So intercept chance is not actually listed. But there might be some interception. Oli hits pretty hard. We don't have any type bonuses here for Oli, but Oli just punches real hard all the time, always. Yeah, maybe that's the way to do it. Let Mary rest. Because, you know, we got that big day coming up, right? So I think we're going to try to just push Zoo. Let's do XP boost Zoo. Ritual progress Oli, who is going to probably tip back over into being insufferable. Which one? This one. And then do we want to ability point Oli as well? I think I do. I'm going to keep the stun on the bar. I think I'm going to replace... Do I want to replace a 1 with a 2 or the 2 with the 3? It is a pretty big punch. I'm going to go for the 3. So give ourselves the ability to get really lucky. The two different options I think had pretty similar expected value, right? Alright, and then we just need the opportunity to bless Zoo one more time. Excellent. Alright, Zoo, take a faith miracle, because you're gonna need it. And then it's like, you two are both fine. Maybe I just do ritual progress? No, you know what? Let's faith boost you, or do I want a dream point here? That might actually be the right move. Let's take the dream point. I think this battle's going to be real hard. Okay, and we no longer need to XP boost anybody. We can just do a big ritual progress push and also ability points. Who do we do ability points on? We could give Sipakli an even bigger claw. We could give Morali a push. We could replace Aberrant Growth with a level 3 Corruption. I think it's that. Let's just make Morali 100% Darkness element for this. Because I really don't want an Aberrant Growth coming out. And then... who gets the Ritual Boost? Is Oli close to a health threshold? Not really. I'm going to have it be Oli. Alright, so Oli gets Giantism. Let's see, we're going to put Oli across from you. And then Morali can go anywhere. Morali should probably go across from this one. This is the highest. Yeah. Morali goes across from this one and tries to just defy all of the attacks. And that leaves Sipakli down here just trying to do damage as best we can. So I think it's going to be Giantism plus Morale Armor on Sipakli, and then 1 Dream Point each for the others. And you, of course, get to dream of falling in love. You know, being the cultist has some benefits. And I guess we could do 1 more ability point on somebody, because otherwise we're just going to keep building... we're just going to keep building up offerings forever. So, 1 more ability point would be good for you. You're also probably not going to get used that much after this. You would need 2 points to get a thing. You would need 2 points to get a thing. I'm going to give it to Zoo. Because I think we want to train Zoo away from being so physical. Right, yeah, Zoo's Charisma is considerably better than Might. So we'll get way more damage out of Intimidate. Let's train an Intimidate 2 over one of the Totem Slam ones. Okay. Now let's go do the thing. And, like, really, we gotta knock this way out of the park. That's pretty important. You go here, and you go here. I think we gotta take doubles on all of these because we need the conversions. Do I think we can do this? Maybe. I think there's at least a chance. We're pretty powerful. And we're even more powerful than we look, because, like, Morali's stats aren't correct on that screen because it doesn't factor in the knowledge boost and everything. There is some chance that they convert us, or that they win by conversion. It could happen. Wow, nice! That was the weakest attack you have, too. Okay, excellent. Excellent defies and evades, really working. Oh no, you're kidding me! That guy pulled a defy? That doesn't seem likely. At least Morali's smart targeting people, you know. Trying to do the right thing. Not executing very well, but trying. And really, really good defies. Massive corruption! Okay, so we took home 712 with a 2.5 times modifier. That's got us on pace, I believe. It is a shame that Morali is now becoming an elder and losing some damage. We may or may not need Morali again after this, though. And morale armor for everybody. I don't know if that's necessarily even going to be that big of a deal. Zoo has entered his prime, her prime. Got a Miracle Myth. Got Totem Slam Plus over top of one of the other Totem Slams. So, start with an extra turn if there's a Nature Disciple on your side. Allied abilities gain plus might. Wait, was this? Were these always the options? Oh, we just never had a Chieftain get to 4 miracles before. So, we're unlikely to want to bring Zoo if there's a Divine Disciple on the other team, which is the time when a Nature Disciple is most useful. But that said, we have a lot of... we're going to bring Sipakli and Mary a lot, so maybe Wild Envoy is exactly what we need. I mean, obviously Courage is a big deal too. Courage is going to be so good for basically everybody. No, for literally everybody. All of our disciples have really strong might. I'm going to take that. In a run where we were less likely to go first on our own, I think I would maybe be more likely to go the other way. Because obviously, like, getting to strike first is a big deal. So I think we want to take this one on next so that Morala can be in her prime, taking on her most dangerous enemies. And the enemies against which she is most dangerous. And also, this is a good boost. So, what do you have? Okay, you have the thing we just took. Resistance versus life, chance to follow up life abilities. I mean, we'd have to be pretty dumb to put a life disciple in here. You do not have the crit, or the speed necessary to go first. But you do have 270 health and 74 armor, so we're not going to one-shot you. No matter how much we might like to. Okay. Well, this is our destined mission, for sure. So it's going to be Morala, not Oli. I guess just like Sipakli and... Honestly, it's probably Morala and the Beastwalkers. I think that's probably right, even though we're looking at kind of an ugly amount of armor on the enemy team. So that being the case, do we want to buff you guys up in any particular way? So we probably want to put Morala across from this one, right? So we're most likely to receive a morale ability hit and thus counter heresy. And then we'll just go like Sipakli up here for the incredible dodge. Actually, Mary has more dodge, I would bet. 75 evasion, 116 evasion. Yeah, so Mary here, Sipakli here. This is going to be a blowout. We're gonna really show him who's boss. So I could faith boost you, but I don't really need to. I might go Fervor Blessing on Morala, actually, just to make sure Morala is going to be available. Because after this battle, remember, Morala is going to be an Elder and is going to get less Fervor back for each rest. And then we got to figure out what we want to do with these. I probably just want to do Ritual Progress, Ability Point, right? So who gets the Ritual Progress? It's probably Mary or Sipakli. It's probably Sipakli. Yeah, that seems pretty good. And then, who benefits the most from the ability points? So after this, there's still the battle where all the enemies are divine, where the 2 Beastwalkers are going to be incredibly powerful. What's the final battle on the island? It's a dark and an ancestral. Interesting. Do we want to push Oli again, maybe? Honestly, this is pretty. You're pretty scary. You're a fairly scary dude. And it sucks that we almost certainly have to double martyrdom, cause yeah, scary. So the ability points go to Sipakli, I guess. We're not going to want to use Oli. We're not going to want to use... Actually, this Keeper makes it dangerous to use the Beast Walkers. We are going to want to use Morala for sure. The Ancestral makes us not want to use Oli against the Darkness, but maybe we still do. Just because Oli's tough as hell. And Oli will throw a punch. Oli will throw a punch that will be heard around the world. It will crack the Earth's crust. I think it's Oli. And I think we train over the Shield Bash with Super Life Strike. We just Life Strike the maximum amount. Never be not Life Striking. I'm a little worried about that final battle. That could be a real problem. And then we may as well go one more ability point on somebody. So who benefits from one ability point? Mary and not Zoo. Just Mary and Morali, and we're probably not using... There's a good chance we're not using Morali again. So I guess it goes to Mary. Alright, let's give you... You don't necessarily need Critical Claw. You actually get better base damage out of Agile Claw. Do the top level versions of these things get any special abilities? It looks like no. I think I'm just gonna go, like, hard Agile Claw over the Prowl. Because I don't know that we really need more evasion. Our people are so evasive already. Okay, so... Fervor? Probably not. She'll be at 4. Yeah, probably not. Let's take Dream Points anytime we're uncertain here. And then I would still like to push Faith on Zoo, just so that Zoo doesn't... Well, Zoo has 3 Faith Bonds, though. What are the odds we're going to have 3 Faith Bonds get pulled? Due to being Frowny. It's probably not very high, right? I'm going to go Dream Points. We're going to go hard Dream Points for the rest of these. How many... Does Morali have enough time left to... Ooh, I'm not sure Morali does make it to the end of the game. I guess we're not planning on using Morali. Permanent +2 knowledge for Mary. Not super useful. Okay, so this is obviously Morala's gonna just crush. Morala's gonna be across from this one. So we don't really need morale armor. I might just give 3 dream points to somebody else rather than going 2-2-2. Because I don't think we're going to need a second one on Morala. And then it's just the Beast Walkers. So let's go Giantism and Physical Armor and... Yeah. And then you get Giantism and both defenses, I guess? We actually didn't need that many dream points. This is actually not that hard of a battle. Okay. Or rather, we just, like, we're not going to get benefit from some of this stuff. Right? We do it that way. We have to do this, which I'm not necessarily wild about, but we're strong and evasive. Yeah, I mean, the real solution to this problem is take 2.5 martyred, or take 2 points of martyrdom more often in the early game so that you don't have to do this here. But too late for that now. Alright, good damage, good damage. Oh, you're kidding me. How did that guy survive? Heartbreaking. Oh, that sucks. I really wanted to see an attack on Morala there so that we could get the Defy Heresy. Or the Counter Heresy, rather. And now we might even see a break. Nope, never mind. Never mind. When Morala's allowed to hit the intended target, actually everything turns out fine. Whew. Close. It's close. It's a dangerous island. And, like, our people are super powerful. We are very close to the peak of possibility here. But still, 2 points of martyrdom on all these super hard battles is real scary. We might, if we keep doing this well on the outer ones, we might be able to not have to take 2 points of martyrdom on the final battle. That's possible. That's possible. Okay, who's next? So we want to give the Beastwalkers a little bit of a rest in a minute here. It might be a good idea to take this, do this now, and then let Sipakli and Mary take a break while we do something else. While we do the Keepers of Darkness, which they are definitely not invited on. Yeah, that makes sense to me, I think. Alright, so let's do this one. Heal all allies in the first turn based on health. You have counter heresy, not going to be an issue. And then critical argument chance up, follow up when another ally scores a crit. Okay, so we put the Beastwalkers on the outsides, right? You have a dark physical ability. So we want to make sure that... Who's going to be in the middle on this? Maybe Oli? So that if the dark physical ability tries to get targeted toward one of the people who's weak against it, Oli could maybe jump in front of it. And also Oli, just punch real hard. And also Oli punch real hard is the thing. And we certainly don't want to play Zoo. So yeah, that's the deal. Oli and the Beastwalkers. So it's a lot like Morella and the Beastwalkers. They got a new frontman. We have 472 offerings. I would still take maybe plus faith on Oli. Gosh, your faith is really in the garbage. This is with 2 faith miracles, too. Also, let's spend some materials getting some milk in here. I might ritual progress Oli. Oli's going to end up being pretty important in the overall. Yeah. Get you up to S-class might, because you are definitely not punching hard enough yet. And then 2 ability points. We're just gonna really dig in on this strat here. Level 3 critical claw. Okay. Alright, and from there we just push to the end here. So, dream points. How many dream points do we actually benefit from having? These 2 might honestly die during the first turn. It's entirely possible. But a little bit of morale defense would maybe be... No, morale defense is probably not even that useful here because we'll just die. If we get hit, we just... somebody breaks. So that's bad. I do think it's just sort of the thing we have to go for, though. So the morale defense probably doesn't end up mattering. Damage boost, damage boost, damage boost. Oli takes a morale defense boost, maybe, or a morale armor boost. I think I'm going to go for... I'm going to go for a little bit of ritual progress pushing, then. I don't think we need 6 dream points. Okay. Loss of materials for 1 mission. Not a big deal. We definitely do not need materials anymore. And then let's take a dream point now. So I don't think we need the development too much on people at this point. You get to keep sacrificing music. Morali's from the town where Footloose happened, so this is a very natural fit. Let's do one of these. Zoo's got a real attitude problem here. I'm sure bumping up to S rank knowledge and charisma will fix it. And then it's The question is, what do we even do with this 4th point? I think Oli's tough enough already. Oli does not need a boost. And I guess it is like, we're going to put Sipakli down here in the hopes of just getting one of those huge crits and taking the really high devotion keeper out of the battle immediately, or the really high charisma rather, out of the battle immediately. So probably what we should do is put like broken, yeah, let's put a Dream of Death on one of them, so that if we do get a break, at least it's not going to damage our stats too much for future battle, in case things do go awry. Alright, let's see some of those turn 1 crits. I mean, at this point, the cunning of both of our Beast Walkers is so high that with the 25 evasion and crit boost for the first 2 turns, it's super likely that we get our crits. Alright, good start. Excellent. Oh no, not keepers! Okay. Turns out everything's fine. Oh! Oli's just letting it happen. He's just watching. Yeah, I'm sure 40 HP is going to save you. Alright, so where do we end up there? Just a little south of 700 this time. So that's going to put us on... So probably like 1,600 total converts. Okay, 1715. Pretty good. Pretty good still. And a totally relevant power boost. 29,133. Actually looking pretty good. We might not have to take any martyrdom at all on the final battle, it's looking like, which I would be very pleased with if that turned out to be the case. So, darkness now. Let the Beastwalkers rest during this. Much more likely to improve or to attack low health people. Gain might when an ally uses a fear ability, which I assume, yeah, you're almost entirely fear. You counter clouded actions, and you have a cloud. Has a chance to fear. I'm assuming that's put a clouded thought in someone's mind. 34, 20, and 41 on cunning. I think we should be able to get there. So, obviously, Oli's tremendously important here. We'll probably put Oli across from this one. Just try to get some of the sources of clouding out of the battle quickly. And, like, who else is coming with us here? It's Oli and... it could be Zoo. We could teach Zoo a life elemental ability, too. Which I think might actually be a good idea here. Maybe we go, like, Idle Glamour plus over top of... or maybe even plus over top of one of the upgraded Totem Slams. Yeah. Zoo... Is that going to be 3 ability points? It is. So that's pretty expensive. And then Zoo's... Zoo's faith is shaken. Alright, give me that. And then, actually, that did not leave us with enough offerings to be able to ritual boost anybody anyway, so I could have just done that the slow, more expensive way. But also, doing, like, the extra 50 offerings doesn't actually buy us anything there, because Zoo will never be able to do another ability thing like that again, so who cares? We don't want a Great Summoning here. We're probably going to Great Summoning in the final battle, even though we don't really need to, just because, like, why not use it? And obviously we want to play Morala. Yeah, so we'll save that for then. Human sacrifice can be a thing that happens in the next battle. If we want to run Morali, yeah, this is fine. Okay, so we're not pressing any of these buttons, we're just doing this stuff. I think it's just dream points. It's like it's like ritual progress on Zoo if we get the opportunity, and dream points otherwise, just to make sure the battles are as easy as possible at this point. What's up? Skelefans brought home some materials. Cool. I don't think there's anything we can buy. Yeah, if we got to 1,000, we could buy this, but who cares? We do have more dream types available. I guess that's what we could do with some of these dream points. That's probably a pretty reasonable use for them, honestly. Alright, and then, do I care about ritual progress? I'm just going to take 3 dream points. And we're going to see if it makes sense to purchase a dream upgrade. Uh-oh. Blasphemy. I mean, sorta who cares. Like I keep saying, I don't think it will be an issue for long enough for it to matter. Alright, so, the question. How many dream points do we actually want for this battle? We definitely want to bring Zoo and Oli. And Marala or something. I don't know that it matters. Who else? So Zoo and Oli come in here with charisma damage boost. Man, do I charisma damage boost on Oli though? We still have 2 attacks that are physical. Maybe we do both. Oli gets physical damage boost, somebody else gets damage boost, and Zoo gets both boosts. And we don't worry about defense at all, we just kill, kill, kill. Let's see. Zoo's gonna... So where are people gonna stand? Oli's gonna stand up here and just try to punch this guy in half, which will probably work. Zoo can stand here, I guess, to give additional armor to whoever is in this spot. And that can be, like, Marala? Right? Marala has a lot of... Marala doesn't have that much HP. We really don't want it to be a Beast Walker. So it's either Marala or Morali, and it makes more sense for it to be Marala. So I think what I'm going to do is buy Protective Dreams right now. We'll give Marala physical damage plus evasion. Give Oli physical damage. Because at Marala's current stat level, that much evasion, yeah, that puts us up to more than 50% evasion. And then Zoo gets, I think, just both damage types. Or maybe I'm being foolish here. Maybe we take some, not evasion, take some defy. So we're gonna put you in the middle. Yeah, okay. We'll do it that way. So yeah, I think that's good. I think we prepared the mission. So Marala, Oli, and Zoo. This one I'm a little less sure that we're going to win on. Oli's abstract strength value is 175, by the way. God, even when we're full martyrdom, Oli is so tough. The Star Otter is a mighty totem indeed. Alright. That's pretty much what we figured it was going to be. 300 damage. Okay. Fine by me. Absolutely fine. Actually, probably better. Because now Zoo has a chance of just getting a kill straight up. Oh, it didn't work. That's okay. Oli's going to break one of them. Yeah, that's the end of that. So only 653 this time. Still, the multiplier's looking pretty good. I wonder exactly how many followers we lost to the evil deity thing. Because the last time it happened, it was over 500, right? But it was like 200 or 300 a couple of times before that. Alright, 1632's put us in a pretty good spot. We're gonna get a we're gonna get a tenet right before the final battle too, which is weird. Okay, so here, Zoo is obviously amazing. It's gonna be Zoo and you have Resistance versus Dark, which is fine because we probably were not gonna try the Dark thing anyway. Okay, so your performances are likely to hit everybody. You only have 44 armor, though. 49 cunning is a problem. AoE physical ability with an ancestral element. Huh. I mean, that's interesting. Okay, so it's going to be Zoo plus... The AoE ancestral ability does make me less likely to bring Oli. It could be Zoo, Marion Sipakli, maybe? Zoo and the Beastwalkers, which is like a really tightly themed band name. We just try to muscle through. How fast is Zoo? Only 20 cunning. Against 49, 49, and 55. So Zoo doesn't get to go first even if we move a lightning rod over. That's a tricky one, man. The final battle doesn't have a light disciple in it, no. So we could bring Morali with the human sacrifice force. Yeah, we could bring in we could give Morali some ability points. Put on a couple levels of demand sacrifice. Morali's also not very fast, but Morali does have Life Inquisitor. If we put Morali at the bottom, and we did bring Oli in, then there's some chance Oli blocks for Morali. I think we're going to do this. I think we're going to go for the human sacrifice. Sorry there. Sorry there, buddy. It's fine. Listen, if she didn't want to be sacrificed to a giant skeleton, she wouldn't be here. So actually, we put Morali across from you. So let me do the ability points. And then we can do 2 more ability points. We can push Morali even harder in this direction. Dark damage is not actually valuable to us anymore, so it doesn't hurt to replace multiple of Morali's dark abilities with that. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure that we don't screw this up. We could go a little soft on the martyrdom on this one too. Like we could take a single point of martyrdom and be totally... Honestly, we might even be fine without it, but I'd really like to take a point of martyrdom here so that we really don't have to worry about the next one. So Zoo and Morali, and then we just bring in Oli despite the fact that there's some pretty good punching going on here. We put Zoo here. I mean, these punches are pretty serious. But if Oli's standing across from the guy who hits really hard, and then has the bodyguard bonus, it's really likely that Oli will jump in front of Zoo anyway. I'm going to Ritual Progress boost somebody who's going to be in the final battle. Honestly, probably Oli. I think we are going to end up using Oli, even though there is an ancestral disciple. Just gonna make that a little risky. And then dream points. Dream points, dream points, dream points. Alright, Oli's got a bad attitude. He's like, I'm more powerful than my god. Why do I have to take orders? And here's the thing. He's right. He's actually 100% correct. Alright, Spockly also gets to stalk. There's a lot of stalking that goes on in this village. It's a very stalky place. I think this is looking like maybe the most intimidating of these things. Alright, so Morali is gonna grab... Sorry, is this a... Okay, it is a morale ability. Cool. So Morali's gonna grab... plus morale. And also... defy chance? I mean, our defy chance is really high already, but, like... let's get it really, really high. Oli gets physical damage and... I guess defy? He's gonna be jumping in front of people. And Zoo gets morale damage and... something. Probably not defy. Okay. And then we also want to do this real quick. Let's give Morali level 2 demands sacrifice over top of Words of Madness? Yeah. Okay. So Morali's going to open up with a word of sacrifice, or with a human sacrifice, or with a demand sacrifice. Although, apparently this one's got a little typo in the title. Like this? 1 point of martyrdom is gonna get us probably like... I mean, maybe we should take both? The people we have here are pretty hardy. And obviously there's a lot of danger involved in the thing we're doing. But you have all that defy. Yeah. You're basically morale attack proof. I think we can take both points of martyrdom here and then be like pretty safe on the final. The question is just which order do we run these two in? You know what? It's probably like this. Because 225 health, it's too likely that this guy's going to survive no matter what. If we can wipe one of them out, it will make things way easier. Everybody has bonus might scaling when they already all have great might. Your corrupt power is going to be unstoppable. Yeah. We're going to be fine. What am I even worried about? Obviously, we're going to be fine. And if we lose here, we still have one more attempt at it. Although, obviously, we will have to do it without demand sacrifice. Pretty bummed out about that. Wish that attack had gone directly across. But I guess it does get that done. Alright, yeah. I'm basically hit-proof. It's a bad time for Idle Glamour to come up. But okay, never mind. I guess it won us the battle. It's not that bad of a time. Alright, and that's got us over 33k right there, I believe. Even if we get a bad luck event, we can go into this final battle with no martyrdom, still pass our threshold. I'm very pleased with the way it looks like this is going to turn out. We're just going to take a moment here and enjoy the numbers ticking up. I was really worried we were not going to be able to get there. Alright, 32, 37. At this point, I don't see any point in taking anything other than an adoration. Right? Let's mutilate some heretics. Just really dig into our whole gross thing. Let me carve art in praise of the great winged skeleton onto your helpless body. Yo, that's... Alright, listen, I know our village probably doesn't believe strongly in consent, but, like, I feel like you should... You know. Okay, so Morali is still around. We do have the option of bringing Morali. This is ugly. 360 HP with all those defenses. So what is our play? Marala is a certainty. Marala is going to absolutely shred this guy. Maybe we just bring Oli because we know Marala is going to shred this guy? I think that's sensible. And then Sipakli in the middle. So AoE, AoE. The physical attacks probably won't hit. Yeah. I mean, what am I doing? We know we're doing this. What's up, people? Passing travelers quickly convert in order to avoid becoming a piece of art. Oh, Mutilate Heretics just gains you followers all the time. Interesting. So that's got us 45 followers below below an immediate victory. We're definitely taking the Great Summoning here. It is, in fact, time to spread the horror. And then, you get Ritual boosted? It's been a little while since you got Ritual boosted. And ability points? Probably. But on who? I guess Marala. We don't actually want to take a monstrous summoning. We do want all of the stuff on our bar to be divine. So, do I want to just take a Judgment plus? I guess. What is the incidence of sorcery on our opponents? None, none, and none. Okay, so then we probably want to replace a smite. Yeah, I'll just replace Smite Plus with Judgment Plus, and maybe we'll accidentally instantly break the boss. That would be fun. And then Dream Points. Dream Points, Dream Points. We have some people who are pretty statistically impressive. Alright, let's get in here and put up those final numbers. And sure, you can do a little bit of this. So, Marala takes physical damage. Oli takes physical damage. And then, what do we do with the rest of the Dream Points? So physical damage plus, like, maybe Defy, just in case something goes wrong and we don't kill the Dark Disciple immediately? I think that's almost the only thing that can possibly make sense. Probably we're not going to have a big problem with physical damage here, with Oli in the battle and everything. You're already such a good tank, though. Oof, these feathered totems are a little scary. Yeah, I'll take evasion on you, and then on Oli we'll do the same thing. Alright, let's do it. And we are not going to take any martyrdom on this one. Alright, I trust that Oli will resolve this problem before Sipakli could possibly take damage from it. Do we want to run Mary instead? No, probably not, right? No. We have all this crit. We have all these basically guaranteed crits on Sipakli. This is the way to go. Well, let's hope not. Okay, excellent. Excellent stun. If we are only going to get one stun, that is the place where I want it to go. Wow, it actually made contact. And then even with the worst possible ability getting used by Marala, it's still a total blowout. Man, that was a really good stun. It turns out monstrous summoning is like a very solid ability. So we certainly are not at the highest score we could have gotten to, but we are at a score that is high enough. I'll take it. So that big conversion burst basically undid the last big group of converts leaving us because of the evil deity thing. Oh. Really? We couldn't just end the game without doing this? I feel like that check could be moved to after you win or not. Alright, well it turns out I am ascended. I don't know if you guys knew that. Alright, we have found all the pieces of the cosmic sundial. We have a final score of... Oh, I forgot that there's a happiness multiplier at the end of the game. So we were actually, we were super fine. It's time to let your people go and fare without you. You will gather the power of the Sunstone in a dimension not observable by humans. If your religion became strong enough, you might return with a final ordeal. How will your people fare? Oh, I'll return all right. Ah, survives. Although people slowly start to forget you, the cult does not. They know. One day you will return. They trust no one except each other, and they become mad scientists. That's lovely. The Skelefans hide... It got me one last time. The Skelefans hide in the shadows, eagerly awaiting your arrival. Sometimes one loses control and starts prophesizing madness. It's a sign that you're awakening. Oh, I'm awakening, all right. But some quirks have survived through the ages. Pop culture is wild. Singers and actors are adored as gods. People still dabble in the occult for fame and power. And for some reason, violent cartoons with innocent girls that are easy to animate are very popular. Oh no! What evil have I unleashed? Even in the modern day, people still bless skulls, study disease, and sacrifice music. And finally, after millennia, your final judgment comes. The truth of madness. Devour the world. This is the good ending. Devour the world. Oh, joyous day that you return. Reality bends to your madness, and it's only madness that makes them see a squid monster, because there's definitely no squid monster involved. It's a skeleton. You know, you just can't tell because your crazy eyes. From your slumber you rise. On the first day of your awakening, the mad will become sane, and the sane will become mad. It's really sort of a... nothing major has changed here. On the second day of your rise, up becomes down, and down becomes sideways. Many puzzles in Portal become impossible. On the third day of your rise, animals turn inside out, their flesh cooked in the dimming sun. And I'm happy about this. This is what I wanted to happen, apparently. On the final day of your rise, all that see your ever-growing shape have their eyes boiled and their brains cooked. The world is ready for your final act. You outgrow the sun and devour the living world. That is the truth of madness. And also, this world was delicious. Hey, he finally got a stomach. That's what this was all about. We were just trying to generate a new stomach for the Great Winged Skeleton, and through our noble sacrifice, we did so. So yeah, we had lots of disciples, some of whom were greater than others. Emilia, thank you very much for your sacrifice. Emilia really carried us through a really difficult and important part of the game. None of this nonsense would have happened if not for Emilia's incredible bravery. Well, okay. Hey, look at that. We totally did it. I'm kind of curious if it's probably just going to be the normal title screen. But you know, there could be spooky looming. What if there's some spooky looming involved? Okay, it's totally the normal title screen. Well, I think that we get this game. I think that we have understood the mechanics. Out of curiosity, what exactly is the difficulty change from going up to impossible? Just enemies are 25% stronger? Okay, there's nothing in here. Okay, so I mean, you can imagine what the game would be like on impossible. I think we sort of get it. So I think that is where we are going to call the series for right now. This game is super cool, and I am almost certainly going to play some more of it, but we got to make some room on the channel for some other stuff is coming out. So that is going to be a wrap on Godhood. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope that this motivated you to go and check out the other games that Abbey Games has made. Renowned Explorers and Reus are both absolutely fantastic. Really, really wonderful games. Come back next time, tomorrow, for something new, something different. And we'll see you then.